back, guys. For the final part of Top 50 Brits, I wanted to treat you guys with a recording of myself rather than just throwing shit at the editor. Well, guess what? I'm recording myself for the entire Top 50. I'm probably losing points off my British score for this. Do you know what else there's 50 of in America? States. That means only one person per state. I will also mention the state they're from for each entry. So, sorry if you live in DC. So, you can't be on this list. Top G. Free science lessons. Flight reacts. So let's count down the 50 greatest Americans. The most kilometer-phobic people you can meet. Let's begin. Number 50. You know I'm starting off hip when number 50 is a YouTuber. It's Will Smith. He's hip, like me. He likes Fortnite at 50 years old. His old vlogs in Bel Air were sick and had an absolute slapper of an intro. And he also made the Oscars slightly more fun. At number 49 is Mabel and Dipper Pines. Sometimes there just isn't anyone cool from a certain state. The most notable Oregonian I have found is Hannah Stocking, which is just an alternate version of Lily Pons. Back to the Pineses, who meet scary monsters like Baldy and Huggy Wuggy. They have a book to identify said monsters. Dipper and Mabel, you boomers. Anyway, number 48 is Stephen King, who makes insanely scary stories. He's written The Gruffalo. Sauce! Here you go. He's also created more scary creatures like Pennywise and the Burpinator. Number 47. It's Ryan's Toys Review. This is really just to celebrate the fact that he recently retired. That might have stopped him from having an 8th life crisis. He's the Frederick Douglass of this century. Because he's no longer a slave. He can spend the next 7/8 of his life doing whatever he pleases now. For a couple of years, I thought he'd end up as a drug addict by the time he's 20. Number 46 is Jinx. Yes, Wisconsin is another naff state. Wisconsin nearly went to Gene Wilder, and all I know about him is he's in that 15-year-old meme where he does this. Jinx is one of the oldest examples of a content farm on YouTube. He basically picked out a video and reacted to it. He made those videos 5 times a day. He makes Sniper Wolf look like she cared about her craft. This is basically what Jinx did.
He has a huge crush on poverty, so he wants to know all of her favorite things.
I do not!
Maybe her biggest fear is age of having a crush on her. Let's find out.
Funny. Number 45. It's Toby Fox. He created Undertale, therefore creating Story of Undertale, and therefore creating 1,326,581 comments. That's more than Bad Romance, holy fuck. Yeah, and he also made Sans. Would you look at this?
Well, what if we took it one final step and said that Sans happened to be Ness from Earthbound?
Number 44. It's Susan Bennett, original voice of Siri. Vermont has less people than North Dakota. Did you seriously expect someone cool was in Vermont? For number 43, in Colorado, I believe number 43 goes to the Columbine Firefighters. Yeah, in 2025, Columbine High School had a fire, and the firefighters are heroic enough to put the fire out and saving the school. And for any sicko who thought I was going to say the Columbine Shooters, well, they're pathetic. They're originally going to kill like 200 students with bombs, and they only end up killing 13. Pathetic. Number 42. It's Bill Gates. Unlike with many states, Washington has a truck full of cool people on famous birthdays. And not just influencers that will be forgotten about by 2030. We've got Kurt Cobain, Blippi, Lanky Box, that lass that killed James Charles' career, the guy that breaks Nintendo Switches, a thrift shopper. Hey, I remember watching that guy. Sky does Minecraft, and Jimi Hendrix. Anyway, enough about the other cool Washingtonians. Let's talk about Bill Gates. He is the 7th richest person in the world. What a fall off. He created Microsoft, and therefore he's responsible for Windows XP and Windows Movie Maker, and therefore responsible for cracking 2007 YouTube videos. He would also be responsible for revolutionizing the workplace with things like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Number 41. It's Aaron Paul / Jesse Pinkman. Yes, I have found something from Idaho that's significant that isn't potatoes. Picture this. Imagine you help your chemistry teacher economically while he has lung cancer after you leave that school. That's Jesse Pinkman for you. He's also able to enjoy Sonic 06. Here is the clip.
Now, how are you doing all those back? Tell me.
Cheat code.
Oh, I'm ready to get you. Oh, I'm ready to get
At number 40 is Bob Dylan. If you thought Billy Joel had fire writing, then you're sleeping on Robert Zimmerman. Rolling Stone magazine declared his song, Like a Rolling Stone, as the best song ever. And he sounds like a sheep! The reason he's only at number 40 is basically why he changed his name from Bob Zimmerman to Bob Dylan. You see, the Dylan in Bob Dylan is named after a Welsh poet. No wonder he sounds like a sheep. Number 39! So, Utah is filled with Mormons, and you can tell that by the looks of the most famous Utahns on famous birthdays. But this Utahn is the most well-behaved, mature, and civil out of the lot. It's Leafy is here! Now, Leafy is here was basically the first ever slop tuber. But unlike Pegasus, Pyrolive and Critical, he doesn't go, the MC Skibbity situation is crazy! No, he just bullies people in his daily uploads with primary school insults. And he made sure to get his videos to 20 minutes by repeating himself over and over. I should try that. Isn't making money the coolest shit ever? I think making money is poggers. Yeah, I like money. Can it buy sadness? Subscribe if you relate to Money Maker by Ludacris. How many mid-rolls will I need to generate enough money to pay the bills? Number 38! It's John Cena from MLG Peppa Pig. John Cena's story is very sad. In fact, I'll show it to you right now.
John Cena is lost.
And I forgot to mention that John Cena is also a shapeshifter. Here are the clips.
George's favourite toy is
A rubber penis.
sometimes George likes to scare Pepper with
Weed.
At supper time,
Mountain Dew.
sits next to George. At bath time, George shares his bath with me.
Mummy Pig.
George, you are adopted.
And good night, Mr. Dinosaur.
George's favourite game is throwing
John Cena!
Yeah, and he's a pretty good wrestler. And in late 2021, I believe, he secretly became a Chinese citizen called Zhong Jina. Social credit memes were peak humour when I was in year 10. Number 37! It's Fred Figglehorn! In 2009, this guy was the most subscribed guy on YouTube. What did he do to get to this position? this.
This feels weird!
He also wins the Darwin Award for stupidest possible way to kill a YouTube channel by just selling it to anyone. So, the Fred channel reached the hands of 17-year-old Jake Paul, low-budget Annoying Orange, this CBBC-ass game show, and even children. Number 36! It's Barack Obama! Yeah, he was a president, but did you know he also reads comic books? So I imagine he'd love Fortnite. Also, the guy who does Obama impressions on YouTube is called Alpha Cat, proving that Obama is an alpha male. He has a gaming channel as well. Number 35! For anyone watching this that isn't an internet dweller, here's a question for you. Who do you think is the most documented person in history? You probably think it's like a president or something. Well, it's not a president. It's Christian Weston Chandler, or Christian for short. You might ask, how documented is Christian Weston Chandler? Well, there's an entire docu-series about this man's life that has 85 episodes. Each episode is an hour long. And no, it's not just a narrator talking very slowly. This person is so documented that every bit of clothing he ever wore is noted, given a name, and then there's a link to every video Chris has wore that clothing. This is the fourth video where he has the swamp monster on. This is the same clip shown in the docu-series. He also found a way to be considered high-functioning. Even though he shits himself regularly. Even though he believes that fictional characters will come to Earth one day. Even though he falls for every single troll pretending to be a woman in love with him. If Chris saw this video, I think he'd genuinely believe he was the 35th best American who'd ever lived. Anyway, here's a montage of Jesus Christine Weston Chandler's Sonic 2 Prime.
I recycle my own semen.
P-A-W-D Pie does not live here at 14 Branchline Court, Rockville, Virginia, 22968.
Do not hate. Hate is not so good. And to be paranoid is a bust.
So yeah, please get everything off of the internet now, 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 now! I got a fish, would you like to make a wish? I got a fish, would you like to make a wish?
Simpson, Homer Simpson, he's the greatest guy in history.
I love dykes. Dykes, China. You do not deserve to live, you mother beeper.
Number 34. It's the Stone version of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Wait, who's that? Number 33. The dinosaurs. Yes, Montana is known for having a lot of dinosaur fossils. Dinosaurs like the Edmontosaurus were discovered in Montana, and so were the Diplodocus, the Ankylosaurus, the Dryosaurus, the Allosaurus, the Stegosaurus, the Triceratops, and even the T-Rex! Yep, you heard me right. The T-Rex, which is basically the dinosaur. Yeah, number 32, it's Donald Trump, because just look at that aura. Tons of Reddit posts about him have 6-digit upvote counts. This one has over 250,000 upvotes. They wish they were the 32nd best American. I wish I was the 32nd best Brit. Number 31! It's the KRDK TV mast! What the hell is that? Well, it's the tallest structure in the United States. Even taller than the Empire State Building. But TMCorn, that's not a person. Well, the builders who made this get number 31. So, the KRDK TV mast is actually pretty important for the US. It's to make sure that there's good TV signal in the Midwest. Without this mast, this will be what watching TV will be like in North Dakota.
Skip Biden.
Skibidi Biden. Skibidi Biden. Skibidi Biden. Georgia. Skibidi Hitler.
Number 30. It's MrBeast. MrBeast was such a cool YouTuber. Keyword was. But look at all those subs! Nearly 400 million as I'm recording this. Holy shit! If you discovered him in 2023, you're an OG now. In case you live under Minecraft Bedrock, MrBeast was this cool guy on YouTube who made challenge and charity videos. Yeah, he does charity to help poor people out. Only if they manage to put the shopping in the red circle though. His classic videos include the COD community sleeping with your mom, Spider-Man robs Walmart. What is YouTube terms of service? This is a real thumbnail, and there's this Squid Game video. What happened to the original thumbnail? And before we move on to the 20s, at the start of Freshie Canal's rap battle with MrBeast, he says, MrBeast! And it was absolute cinema. It was the chicken jockey of 2.5 years ago. Number 29! It's Peter Griffin! Rhode Island is such a mid-state that the person I took the most notice of was a bloke called Davy Wavy. What a shite name. Anyway, unless you're 5 years old or sheltered to shit, Peter Griffin is the main character of a show called Family Guy, a show with a lot of funny moments which are great at enhancing Subway Surfers clips. There's been Family Guy funny moments videos since 1969! He can also explain jokes if you don't get them. Hey Peter! What does this joke mean? Nice. Number 28! It's the D'Amelios! Charlie and Dixie Normus, because just wow! Holy shit, they are the only TikTok dancers I'm aware of. Charlie was once the most followed TikToker. No joke. This was how to become the most followed TikToker in 2020. You just had to be a moderately attractive woman and do basic arm movements. Like this. Charlie peaked at 16. At that age, I made the Mr. Men political. However, in 2022, she did get overtaken in followers by the black guy that tells you how to do basic tasks. Number 27! Let's do Georgia, shall we? The person from Georgia who deserves to be in this list. It's the Fuck Boom! The creator of Skibbity Toilet! Oh shit, that's the country. Number 27! It's Kanye West! Because he made Graduation. He graduated. He can do whatever he wants. The world's his oyster. His full name's 2 characters long. Number 26! Let's wrap this first half up with someone from Wyoming. But TMCorn, you barely pulled off the Dakotas. Well, don't you worry. We have someone cool from Wyoming. It's Jackson Pollock. Who's Jackson Pollock, you may ask? Well, I've brought in a special guest to tell you about him.
Jackson Pollock was an artist who lived in America and was famous for pouring and dripping paint. To get more action and movement into his pictures, some people think he made his art in a really clever way. Music, please! When Pollock created a painting, it looked like he was dancing around the canvas.
Yep, he basically just pissed on a canvas. Let me try and make a Jackson Pollock artwork. So yeah, that was the first part of the top 50 Americans. Join me next time for the 25 best Americans of all time! I hope to take the TMCorn channel into a more high production route once I get to uni in September. But until then, subscribe to become the Andrew Tate of performance marketing.